I'm from the US. I'm American.
أول مرة سمعت شانون تتكلم عربي أو قابلتها كنت عبالي يمكن هي نص عربية أو نص يعني فيها عرق عربي in a way يعني ولا ليش رح تتكلم عربي؟
About 3 years. For me, education has always been a really big part of my life. I mean, 12 years of public school. I grew up in Northern Virginia, and then I went to 4 years of university. I went to Penn in Philadelphia. I've always loved learning, and when I moved here to Dubai and I started working at a Saudi company, most of my colleagues, they're Arab, they're from the Levant, they're from the Khalij, and they're all speaking Arabic, and so for me it just felt like the natural thing to do.
أحد أهم دروس التاريخ قديمه وحديثه هو أن نهضة الدول والشعوب والحضارات تبدأ من التعليم.
صح.
وأن مستقبل الأمم يبدأ من مدارسها.
تمام.
مدارسها.
التعليم العربي لغير العرب في دبي مهم جدا، ولكن الطلاب يواجهون بعض الصعوبات، يريدون أن يمارسوا اللغة مع العرب، وصعب أن تجد واحد عربي يتكلم اللغة العربية في دبي لأن كل الناس يتكلمون اللغة الإنجليزية.
I studied the Fusha, the modern standard Arabic, for 1 year, and then I took 3 months of Hijazi. At first it was a big adjustment for me. I had to wake up in time to make an 8 a.m. class, and I studied from 8 to 10 a.m. here, and then I went to my work, and we work a full day, and so on top of that I had to do homework and study and practice.
في المعرفة هي أقصر طريق للفوز حتى في الرياضة. ساعة معرفتك أهم من ساعة قدرتك.
For the Fusha, for the modern standard Arabic, we used the 3 textbooks from Al-Kitab methods from Georgetown University. And for the Hijazi dialect, we used, we would watch shows like Eish Illi and Nuna Niswa, and we would study like the Hijazi Amthal, like the proverbs, to kind of like learn just different like colloquial words that they use. And we'd even watch like NBC shows like Khawatir. I'm not really a flashcards person. What I use actually is just those A4, the spiral notebooks. And what I do when I have new vocabulary words is I just, on one side I write down the Arabic, on each line I write the Arabic word. And on the other side of the line I write the meaning in English. When I fill up one page, I fold over the English part, that half of the paper. And then I see the Arabic word and I write down what it means in English. Like it's kind of, I'm testing myself. So I do that for all the words. I unfold the paper. If I got them all right, like I kind of review them, I look it over. Then I fold over the Arabic side, and then I see the English, and I write the Arabic word. And of course, if I make mistakes, I just write the word again on a new sheet of paper in the next page in the notebook. But what I do is I've written them all correctly. Then I just, unfold, I tear it out of the notebook and put it aside. And that paper, I later, when I get a few, maybe 3 or 4 pages filled up with Arabic words, I put them into an Excel document. So I have kind of this database of all the words that I've learned. For the modern standard, I have about 8,500. And for the Hijazi, I have about 3,000. I think the hardest thing really is just sticking to it. I mean, even when it makes you feel like a little kid. I've embarrassed myself a lot, and it's quite humbling. So I've just I learned to let myself make mistakes, and I'm okay with that, and it takes a positive attitude, but you have to keep going. And
فالتدريب يفتح عينيك على نقاط الضعف ويعطيك ثقة في نفسك ويجعلك أقرب لتحقيق النصر.
One time I wanted to say I'm frustrated, which is أنا محبطة. And I said أنا منحطة, which actually means like I'm degenerate. So that was like kind of embarrassing. When people see me speak Arabic, they're usually pretty shocked, but in a good way.
تفاجأت جدا، خصوصا لما سمعتها تتكلم حجازي وتعرف أمثال الحجازية. يعني أنا عشان أول موعد بيننا أنا وشانون تأخرت شوية، فلما جيت قالت لي إيش فيك أنت مضيع خميسك؟ لايك انه معقول هذه شكلها اجنبي وتقول لي مضيع خميسك، بس بعدين استوعبت بس كانت مفاجاه. يعني انا عمري في حياتي ما صادفت احد يتكلم عربي وحجازي ويعرف امثال زي شانون.
بعدين لما تفاجأت لما هي قالت لي إن هي درست عربي وإن درست سنة كاملة و3 شهور اللهجة، هنا مثل ما تقول كانت صدمة كبيرة، لأنه أول مرة أشوف أجنبية صراحة تتكلم عربي وبطلاقة.
أصابتني الدهشة، انبهار. يعني قليل الأجانب أو الأمريكان أو الغربيين بشكل عام اللي يحرصون أنهم يتعلمون اللغة العربية.
When you can relate to somebody in their native language, it shows respect in a way that all the words in English can never express. So that's really a good feeling for me. I love Twitter and Kik. Like, actually, I'm a huge fan of Twitter. It lets me practice. That's the reason I started a Twitter account, is just to practice Arabic. I learn something new every day, and the people on Twitter are really helpful with that. Another thing, I think it's also just important to be brave and keep an open mind, and and let yourself make mistakes. Don't be embarrassed. I mean, it's part of learning. Everybody gets embarrassed.
ومن منا لا يخطئ. يمكنني أن أتحاول مع الخطأ، لكن لا يمكن أبداً التحاول مع الكسل وعدم المحاولة.
صح.
To be honest, yeah, there is definitely a learning curve, and the payoff, it doesn't come right away, but when it does come, it's really good. It's worth it. I have no regrets.
لا مستحيل مع الإصرار، ولا مستحيل مع الإيمان، ولا مستحيل مع الحياة.
صح.
I think the important thing is that you don't stop when you start to see results. Even when you start winning or getting good at a sport, you have to keep conditioning yourself. You have to keep developing and growing to stay competitive. And it's the same way with learning a language. I mean, even when people start understanding you, it's important to develop and to keep practicing and keep at it. You get to the point eventually where it feels like it's a part of you. And I think that's the best payoff anyone can ask for, really.